What is song structure in rap music? In this video, I'm going to talk about how to learn song structure in rap music as fast as possible, as easily as possible. However, I want to do a little disqualification here. This video is not for someone who wants to just watch a video and immediately know everything and get to work. I feel like that's a different type of learner, which is more than okay. Everyone's different. If you learn that way and you keep watching, you still might learn something. But this video instead is at least intended for someone who wants to look at things and kind of observe them until they really internalize the information. And when they try it for the first time, it doesn't really feel like a first time. And their learning curve is cut like crazy because their understanding of it is just like a bunch of dots that quickly begin to connect to each other. Now, I always preferred to teach myself things through experience when it came to music. Before I started singing, I started rapping. Before I started rapping, I started making beats. And before I started making beats, I taught myself piano for 8 years. I never took a single lesson, and it always kind of bothered me when people would suggest, hey, maybe you should try to learn how to read or write sheet music. Like, no, Michael, I am trying to learn my own fucking way and fucking, like, not yours. I've studied all sorts of genres, from rap, of course, to progressive metal, to electro house, to breakcore, to smooth jazz, and a lot of them, to some good degree, have structure. They have this shit where it's like, okay, it's verse, chorus, verse, bridge, chorus, and there's like this setup where they show you enough of A to show you B without it being too much or too little of a surprise or change. But some artists, some songs, some genres, some cases, they like to surprise you and be like, ha, bitch, I bet you didn't see that coming. So let's talk about ways to kind of find out how we want to navigate those setups super comprehensively. If you don't know how many bars are in a verse, or chorus, by the way, there's a great fucking guy, incredibly smart, incredibly genuine. His name is Curtis King. If you listen to my videos and have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, or you just think I'm too ugly and too proud, I recommend checking out his videos instead. But regardless, if you're kind of confused as to how to count bars, his most viewed video last time I checked is him very simply going over how to count bars in a rap song, and I will link that in the description too. If you understand how to count bars, however, and write them and all the basics right there, then by all means continue watching so we can go straight for the jugular of this video. Number 1, study popular songs. This is so easy. When I said in one of my best videos, as far as information, it's about hook writing tips. Golden info in that video compared to a lot of other ones that I've made in the past. Here's what I say about popular songs and kind of studying them. What helped me is writing remixes that legitimately copy the structure of the original songs. But nobody can fucking tell that I'm doing it. Nobody ever says, oh bro, you totally bit the structure of the original song. They don't fucking care about that. They just care that it's dope and it slaps. So try it for yourself. If you don't believe this works, a majority of popular songs today, I heard once in a video from this one producer that they are actually structural ripoffs of popular songs in the past that sound almost nothing like them, or do sound like them, but only in some or many regards. If you want to know what I mean by copying the structures of songs, or if you want some inspiration of anything of the like ideas, I'm going to drop a few of my more recent remixes in the descriptions where I do exactly that. And if you check those out and then the original songs, I think it's pretty obvious. In case it isn't, just check it out more than once, how similar the structures are. How long the verse is until I start the chorus, how long my chorus is until I move on to the bridge, and when I do this or that, and the deeper you look into it, the more you kind of learn. And honestly, I don't know everything about any of this shit. I like to think I know quite a bit, but I do shit like this just so I can learn more. That's why I keep making remixes too. I mean, it's one of billions of reasons for it, of course. But number 2 is study unpopular songs. And what's cool about all this is when you write remixes and you can look at how long the verses are and how long the hooks are, you can be like, oh, okay, that's why this song is so catchy. He says this word twice here, he says these 2 words 3 times, or this syllable 4 times there, and they all add up. And that's what makes this hook so catchy. You don't just learn about song structure, you learn about hook structure and verse structure, or what makes a good hook or verse structure, and it all overlaps. Number 2 is study unpopular songs. When you look at unpopular songs, you get a sense of what popular songs either are intentionally not doing, or in the past did but stopped doing, or are unintentionally not doing but might start doing at some point in the future. You get a lot of ideas that are not in the immediate spotlight, if that makes sense. And that helps you bring unique value and ideas to the table that is in the spotlight. If you don't see the point in doing all of this, I elaborate on it in this other video I have about why rappers should remix popular songs. I'll link that in the description too. Because hey man, there are popular songs even that will throw curveballs at you. Kendrick Lamar loves doing this shit. Travis Scott too. He's pretty big on it. There are like 3 or 4 different beats in the song Sicko Mode. I guess I should know. I mean, I remixed it. That might be in the description too. I think Drake does it too, by the way. As far as the unpopular songs, personally, I guess I learned some of this the hard way. One of my favorite styles of music ever is called progressive metal. If you hate metal and you want to sort of ease your way into it, this is some of the most easy on the ears metal I can recommend someone, because before I got into rap or EDM or anything, I was obsessed with metal. Like, crazy. My favorite band ever is called Dream Theater. They actually just dropped a new album. I think it's their 14th or 15th. I like to think my music is a lot like theirs, but in pop, rap, and EDM format. Or theirs is a lot like mine, but in metal format. And of course, a little bit more, you know, like advanced in terms of sound development or style development. Some of their songs are like so much easier to listen to than others. I'll link a couple examples to both in the description. Progressive metal and progressive rock are known to occasionally have just, you know,
unnecessarily long songs.
The longest Dream Theater song is, I think, 44 minutes. If you want to count 6 Degrees as a full song, or maybe Metropolis 2 as a full song, then I guess it's over an hour. I think it's actually Octavarium as a straight up track is 24 minutes, but In the Presence of Enemies, parts 1 and 2 together are actually 26. Anyway, by listening to songs like those over and over and over again, I got a sort of grasp on what a complicated song structure looks like. And that's normal music on steroids. Then you look at classical music, and dude, that shit sounds like it's from a different dimension in terms of song structure, let alone freestyle jazz, or harsh noise, or progressive psychedelic trance, and all those other genres. But are there any things like this that you guys want me to talk about in future videos? Please let me know in the comments below, and I'll give you a shout out if and when I use them. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up. There are links at the bottom of the description to all my social media. Also at the bottom of the description, there are links to my new production kits where you can find all the hardware and software that I use to make music and these videos. If you buy any, I get commission, which helps me build this channel and keep making these videos for you guys. I made all the beats in this video. If you want to use them, you can find links to each one in the description that I use from first to last, or at samuel.earth/beats. Make sure to leave a like if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already. If you could turn on that little bell to receive a notification every time I drop a new video, that would mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can find me everywhere, and I will see you then.